Yeah, welcome to Cooking with Shinichi. Today I'm going to be making miso soup. The cabbage is still a very nice color. So this is spaghetti. Yeah, what am I doing with a plate full of spaghetti? I mean this much, so look at that, it's overflowing. See how big that is? Look at this. Look how much pasta this is. This is more than 1 kilo. More than 1 kilograms. We finished filming today for the convenience store spaghetti taste test. We bought 6 servings of pasta. 3 of them were like jumbo servings, and so I had originally planned to, remake this, maybe make some kind of baked spaghetti casserole concoction. But Satoshi and I, we decided we cannot eat any more pasta for today. It's too much food. And so instead, I thought, why not make miso soup for dinner? Just miso soup. Two bowls of miso soup for Satoshi and I, and maybe a little salad. Yeah, miso soup would be nice. What do you guys think? So before we begin, I have to say thank you to our sponsor of today's video, Bokksu. If you didn't know already, we love Bokksu. They are a subscription service that lets you try out a variety of unique and tasty snacks, Japanese snacks. And they are sourced from various places in Japan. It makes it very interesting because it's not snacks just from Tokyo or Yokohama or Osaka. However, they do have special themes every month. So the theme could be Osaka for that month. In that case, most of your snacks or all of your snacks would come from Osaka. If you are a first-time customer, you will be starting out with a box called The Seasons of Japan, and it's a great way to start your journey on Bokksu because it gives you a taste of what's to come throughout the year. They have snacks representing all the 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. I know I say this all the time, but there are many rare and one-of-a-kind things you can find in this subscription service. There are many items that we've never seen sold in stores. There are a couple that we really love, and we went to search for them and we couldn't find them. If you've ever thought of trying out a Japanese subscription box, this is the perfect time. Give them a shot. Make sure to use the code and the link in the description below this video. You can save up to $47, 10% off your own snack box, and they are shipping worldwide. Check them out today. We have a head of cabbage, as you can see, so I'm going to add cabbage. And I can just end it there, but we also have some leftover veggies here. And I don't really want to use the carrot. I'm going to use the onion instead. So we will be making cabbage and onion miso soup. This is something my mother used to make all the time. Cabbage and onion miso soup. Sometimes she would just make miso soup with cabbage. Sometimes she would just use the onion. Other times she would use a potato, but Satoshi hates potatoes in miso soup, so I'm gonna make miso soup with this combo right here. Now I have the option of using 2 different types of dashi. And by the way, this brand of dashi is great. It's from a brand called Riken, and it's great because they use no additives or any sort of artificial ingredients at all whatsoever. We always have 2 types, and this one is kombu, which is great for vegans, and we have honkatsu dashi, which is made with bonito flakes. And I do have to say, for miso soup, we prefer this one. It adds a lot more umami, but if you are vegan, this is a great option. We're gonna use 1 leaf of cabbage. That's all we need. Just gonna use the outer leaf. We'll wash this first. I'll probably use just half of this onion. Yeah, I'm just gonna use yeah, I don't want too too much cabbage, so I'm just gonna use that. I'll just save this for something else. And by the way, I forgot to say, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Shinichi. Yes, I think I'm gonna always say that when I make a cooking video. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Yeah, welcome to Cooking with Shinichi. Today I'm going to be making miso soup, a typical miso soup that my mother used to make me. It's the way she used to make it. She does use a different brand of dashi, but I'm not sure this particular brand is available in Hawaii. The one she uses does have, you know, things like preservatives and stuff. But we find, even though that dashi is completely fine, we find this particular brand does make a difference. It's higher quality or something. It just tastes so much better. Okay, we're gonna slice the onions. You really want your vegetables to be cut into as small pieces as possible so that it doesn't take too long to cook. You know what, I think that's enough. I'm not even going to use all of that. So that's like only half of the onion that I saved. Okay, so there you have it. That's the ingredients for the cabbage and onion miso soup. Alright, let me turn on the heat. Gotta boil my water. And some people will add their vegetables when the water boils. But for me, I find absolutely no difference in doing that. So I'm just gonna dump this all in right now. My onions are cut fairly thinly, so they'll cook fast. Cabbage, you don't really need to cook that long. This is the brand of miso that we're using right now. This is Hikari miso, and this is Koji miso. It's also mutenka, which means no artificial ingredients. A question that a lot of you guys ask is, you know, which brand of miso is best, and we don't have an answer to that. Really, the best miso is the miso that you like, that you find tasty. So I'm just waiting for my veggies to cook. You can cook them for a longer time if you like your veggies very soggy, but I don't recommend that. I think just cook it until they're just soft. You do want some of that texture, the nice texture of onions and cabbage. You know, I was debating how I should make my cooking videos. You know, I promised you guys I was gonna make more cooking videos of my mother's recipes, right? And that's what I intend to do. This is the first one, actually, the miso soup. It's boiling. There, it's boiling now. You see? Okay, I'm gonna cook this for like 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna put the rest of the ingredients. It's looking good. Sorry about the fan noise. I just put on the fan because steam is coming out from my soup. Can you guys see? Look at that. So, as you can see, the cabbage is still a very nice color. And they're not quite soft yet, but you know what? I'm going to lower the heat right now. I'm going to put in my dashi. So I'm going to use half of this stick because, like I said, this one stick makes 5 servings of miso soup. Okay, so yep, that's half. Okay, and then you can just save the rest. You just close it up like this and save it for another day. Then gonna mix it up so that the dashi crystals dissolve into the soup. And you know, you can actually make osuimono, which is another type of Japanese soup, without putting any miso. Just stop right here And you have some really nice osuimono. Yeah, it tastes good just like this. Of course, it's a lot more subtle than miso soup, but if you're not in the mood for miso soup and you want something really light, this is great. At this point, you can add like a little bit of soy sauce, just like a little bit, and that's nice too. I'm gonna use about 1 tablespoon of miso, which is a little bit more than a tablespoon. This is according to your taste though. If you are trying to cut down on salt, you might want to use a little bit less. It's really up to you. And you want to put your miso into your ladle like this. And you do want to make sure that the heat is off. Okay, you don't want to cook your miso. And then take your ladle and fill it up with the broth and dissolve your miso in the ladle like this. That way you avoid clumping of miso, which is well, it's not so bad, but it's extremely salty when it goes in your mouth. When you get like a clump of miso in your mouth, it's salty and it's a little bit unpleasant. And then put a little bit more liquid, dissolve the miso like this inside the ladle. There are different ways of dissolving the miso. My mother usually just like dumps the miso in the soup and then she'll, dissolve the miso with her ladle inside the soup, but yeah, I don't like to do that. I prefer to do it this way. That way I'm pretty sure that there are no clumping, and I also don't mash up the ingredients inside the miso soup. Especially important like if you have potatoes and you don't want to break up your potato pieces. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Hold up. So I have my bowls ready for the miso soup. It's just before boiling. You can kind of you can start to see the soup is starting to boil, and this is when you turn it off. Okay, and all we have to do now is divide this amongst the 2 bowls. Here's my bowl of miso soup. Cabbage and onion miso soup. In Japanese, キャベツと玉ねぎの味噌汁. So wasn't that easy, guys? Miso soup, homemade miso soup. Couldn't be any easier than this. Some people like to make their dashi homemade from scratch. You can do that. And if you want to see how to make that, maybe one day I should do that. But the theme is my mother's recipes, and my mother never makes homemade dashi, like never ever. So I decided I'll use instant dashi powder instead. But it's really, really good. And if you want to avoid, things like artificial preservatives or additives and stuff like that, you can buy the instant ones that are all natural, like the ones that we use. And like I said, you can use any miso you like. Alright guys, itadakimasu. Before you eat the miso soup or drink the miso soup, make sure you give it a mix. The miso does settle to the bottom of the bowl. And the proper way to drink it is with both hands. You want to hold the bowl like this with your thumb on the top and your fingers in the bottom of the bowl. Alright, itadakimasu. Delicious. Oishii. So good and so comforting. So good and so comforting. And the cabbage is perfectly cooked. It's not too soft. But you can still feel the texture of the cabbage. But it's not crunchy either. Onions are perfect. You see the onions. You see how nice the vegetables look, right? They are not soggy. You can tell they're still retain their texture. Delicious. And a bowl of miso soup is so nutritious. The miso is fermented, and dashi is made of bonito fish, and of course kelp if you're using kombu. And other than that, what else is there? The vegetables that you're using. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. I have a whole list of recipes and dishes my mother used to make me, and I cannot wait to share them with you guys. With that said, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Hope you give it a try. If you've never made miso soup before, as you can see how easy it is, why not give it a try? I'll see you on my next video. Bye everybody. Look at that. Easy peasy. So easy. And there you go. I actually think this one looks nicer than the first one. What do you guys think? Looks good? There you go, guys. I made two. One for Satoshi